In Times Like These is one of 3 podcasts that I've been planning to launch for over 2 years. The others are Give Me This Mountain, which tells the story of our missionary experiences during the 44 years we were in Brazil and Madeira, Portugal, and These Things Were Written, which is dedicated to expository chapter-by-chapter studies of books of the Bible, beginning with the book of Judges. Why 3 podcasts? Each one has a specific purpose, and this one, as its title implies, deals with current affairs. The social, economic, and governmental conditions appear to worsen day by day, in ways that are especially worrisome for those of us who seek to live by the Word of God. The Bible is clear that conditions on earth will grow exceedingly worse, culminating in what is described in the book of the Revelation as the Great Tribulation. The figurative language used there is not easily interpreted. There are usually more explanations for what the passages mean than there are people participating in the discussion. But the message is clear. The world we live in is headed for death and destruction, and as Jesus himself said, if those days were not shortened, no flesh would be saved. That's Matthew 24, verse 22. Some translations read, no one would survive. Are you ready for the coming times? 2 Timothy 3:1 says, know this, difficult times will come in the last days. Among those of us who believe in the Bible and await the second coming of Jesus, there are various opinions concerning whether the church will still be on earth during the Great Tribulation. I think most evangelicals are of the persuasion that Jesus will come and take his church out of the earth before that time, a position called the pre-trib rapture. At the other end of the doctrinal spectrum on this point, others believe that the church will be on earth until Jesus comes in glory to put an end to the reign of the Antichrist. That's the post-trib position. Yet there are others who would describe their position as mid-trib. Does it matter which position a person takes? Let each one be persuaded in his own mind, but truthfully, I don't think it matters. First of all, what you or I believe will not change the timing God has established. Secondly, we ought to live righteous lives whether or not we are alive until Jesus comes or whether we are taken out before the Great Tribulation. In the end, one way or another, we will all stand before God and be judged. It is appointed unto man once to die, and after that, the judgment. Hebrews 9:27. We need to be prepared for whatever comes our way, each day. Coincidentally, as I prepare the script for this first episode of In Times Like These, it's February 23rd, 2022. As I write tonight, I follow the reports on Russia's invasion of Ukraine in the early morning there. I watch the TV scenes of the initial attack on Kyiv with heightened emotions. It's a city I visited on 2 occasions where brothers and sisters live who were members of our church in Madeira for several years. I recognize the city's churches and plazas. The air raid sirens sound over Lviv, another city I visited twice, where other families live that we met in Madeira. Troublesome times will come. And this event today has added to the world's anxiety from living under the COVID pandemic for 2 years. Here in the U.S., the population is deeply divided over political and social questions to a degree that no one believed ever could happen. Over and over we hear the words, this is not the America I recognize. Who knows what the actual situation will be in Ukraine or where we live by the time you listen to this podcast. I have no confidence that these problems will be resolved by that time, and I can only expect they will be worse. But the future is unknown. We can't foresee exactly what the troublesome times will mean, but as we encounter them, we will be given the wisdom and strength to be victorious in them. I pray that this podcast will be a source of encouragement and enlightenment as we face the challenges we read about on social media or see on television from day to day. In times like these, we need the Bible, and through faith in God, we will be victorious in times like these.